Ever since Adam's disappearance was discovered, his family and friends were in turmoil. He was a kind and generous man, always ready to help others, and his sudden disappearance seemed impossible to explain. Adam owned a small company that repaired and sold used cars. His work was his passion and at the same time a source of livelihood for him and his family. When he disappeared, his company was shut down, and his wife and children were forced to find a way to survive. Initially, Adam's family believed he might have been kidnapped, so they contacted the police. A wide-ranging search was launched, but to no avail. There were no signs of finding him. Meanwhile, someone noticed that a mysterious person appeared in the area who wore sunglasses and always covered his face. At first it was thought that he was just someone trying to hide his identity, but it soon turned out that this person knew Adam and may have had something to do with his disappearance. The police decided to investigate the case and started an investigation. She interviewed people close to Adam, but no one would say anything about the mystery person. Finally, after many months of investigation, the police received an anonymous phone call from someone who claimed to have seen a mysterious person near where the search was taking place. Thanks to this clue, the police were able to locate a mysterious person who turned out to be a woman named Agnieszka. When questioned, she initially refused to say anything about Adam's disappearance, but after further discussions with the police, she confessed that she had been in contact with him prior to his disappearance. Agnieszka said that Adam visited her at her office and asked for a loan of money for his company. She also said she offered to help him, but he wouldn't take her offer. According to Agnieszka, that was the last time she saw Adam. Although the police tried to interrogate Agnieszka and find out more about Adam's disappearance, they were unable to obtain any specific information. After further investigation, the police discovered that Adam's company was having financial problems and that he himself was having trouble getting a loan. Many suspected that these problems could be the reason for his disappearance. Although it was not possible to obtain specific information about Adam's disappearance, the mystery of the mysterious person was finally clarified. Although Agnieszka was not directly involved in his disappearance, she was a key person in the ongoing investigation. Despite this, Adam's family remained in despair and were still searching for an answer to the question of what really happened to him. Their lives changed completely, and Adam's company collapsed. Although the mystery has been clarified, the mysterious disappearance of Adam remains one of the greatest mysteries in the history of the city. Every day, Adam's family remembered him, missed him, and still believed he'd come back. However, years had passed and there was no indication that Adam's disappearance would ever be explained. Family and friends continued to try to discover the truth, but their efforts were in vain. Although the secret of Adam's disappearance was never clarified, his family and friends never forgot him. His life was important to them and will remain in their hearts forever. Months passed, and the mystery surrounding the disappearance of the person remained unsolved. The police conducted a further investigation, questioning the family and friends of the missing person, but to no avail. There were no clues that could help us find the person. However, one day, one of the townspeople found a bag that belonged to a missing person. The bag was hidden in the bushes near where the missing person was last seen. The police were immediately informed, and the bag was transported to the forensic laboratory, where its contents were thoroughly examined. In the bag was found a notebook that was filled with records of the mysterious interests of the missing person. The notes were very enigmatic and difficult to understand, but the police were determined to uncover the secret they were hiding. After careful analysis of the notes, the police decided to search the house where the missing person lived. There were found several other notebooks and a computer with very well hidden files. The police quickly decided that they needed to conduct a thorough examination of the contents of these files. Turns out the notes and files on the computer were devoted to one subject, the missing brother of the missing person. It was discovered that the missing brother was involved in dangerous criminal activity and had many enemies. The missing person, however, did not want to leave his brother alone and decided to help him get out of trouble. Police discovered that the missing person was closely connected to his brother's activities and suspected that his disappearance was related to his criminal past. Determined to find the missing brother and the reason for his disappearance, the police conducted a further investigation. After several weeks of intensive investigation, Police finally found the body of his missing brother in one of the abandoned buildings in the city center. The body was in poor condition, but we were able to identify it through DNA testing. Turns out the brother of the missing person was murdered by his enemies from the criminal world. The case began to gain momentum as police gathered more evidence and conducted a series of interrogations. Finally, after months of investigation, we managed to arrest several people connected with the murder of the missing brother. They were all charged and convicted of murder. The family of the missing person finally received answers to their questions, but the losses were now irreversible. The missing brother was very close to his siblings, and his death was a huge blow to them. However, thanks to the determination of the police, this mysterious mystery was solved. After this tragic event, many people in the city began to wonder about their past and their connections to the criminal world. Everyone was determined to avoid danger and stay safe. The mysterious disappearance of a person brought a lot of harm to her family and friends, but at the same time led to the resolution of a criminal case. It also reminded people of the dangers of crime and influenced their way of thinking about security.